When I was a kid, baseball was everything to me. It was the first thing I really fell in love with, the first thing I really had any passion for. And in 1972, I started collecting baseball cards, these little cardboard little creatures with pictures on them and statistics of the baseball players on the back. And I noticed that there was a part of the 1972 baseball card series that had cards called in action. So they would have a regular portrait of the player, and then some of the players had an in action card. And the goal of these in action cards was to show them, you guessed it, in action. Well, here's one of those cards. This is a Carl Yastrzemski, and you'll see him swinging the bat, so it's in action. He's actually doing something. But there were other in action cards, much like this one. This is a gentleman named Bob Barton, and I don't know, he's just standing there. There's no action here. There's no activity going on other than he's staring, obviously, at a foul ball that went into the stands, and somebody probably caught it, and he's looking at it. But there's no action. You see, there's a great difference between a man in action and a man who thinks he's in action. And I'm wondering where you are today on that. God has given us marching orders. He's called us to a task. He's called us to recognize who we are as men. And not only to understand who we are and what our responsibilities and our roles are, but to put them into action. Step out. It's one thing to have a knowledge of something. It's a whole other thing to apply it. The application is actually the action part. It's the verb part. And what we need to do is step out more from the knowledge and the understanding of something and actually putting it into action. Putting into action what it means to be a godly husband. Put it into action what it means to be a godly dad, a godly mentor, a godly worker. These things matter to God. And something, when they matter to you is when you begin to see life transformation. So when we recognize these truths about the difference between being an inactive man, one who may know, may not know, who's not doing anything, and one who is understanding what he's supposed to do and actually doing it. There's a big difference. There's a big divide. There's a difference between good and great. It's that much. You see, good is of the world. We can do some good things here, but great only comes from the power of the Holy Spirit that is within us if we know Christ. There's nothing like it, guys. There's nothing like being a man of action. There's nothing like seeing something that needs to be tended to, whether it's something going on in the world, something that's just bothering you so much that you're spewing out and you're talking about it, but you're not actually doing anything about it. Well, today, I'm asking you to move from the inactivity of looking busy, looking like you're in action, and actually doing it. My name is Joe Pellegrino, and this has been a Legacy Minute.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you were blessed by the material. We also want to remind you that there are several great ways to make sure you're staying up to date on our content as part of our 360 Legacy Plan. First, subscribe to this channel by clicking subscribe below. You can also download our incredible new app in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Just search Legacy Minded Men. And finally, visit our website at legacymindedmen.org for more information on what we believe, upcoming events, and how to join a group. Thanks again for watching.